Doamnelor, domnilor, bine v-am găsit! Urmăriți Lumea Diplomatică. În următoarele 30 de minute vom intra împreună în culisele diplomației și vom descoperi ce stă în spatele semnării unor acorduri istorice ce pot schimba pentru totdeauna destinul unor națiuni, ori în spatele unor negocieri externe semnificative. Grecia este unul din cei mai importanți parteneri externi ai României. Avem interese de securitate comune, dar și interese în sectorul energetic. Sunt aproape 8.000 de companii cu capital grecesc înregistrate în România, iar în total companiile din Grecia au investit în țara noastră aproximativ 2,5 milioane de euro. Urmăriți în continuare un interviu cu Ambasadoarea Greciei la București. Your Excellency, Madam Ambassador, thank you so much for having us. I will start with economic issues. What are the most important Greek investments in Romania and what is their value?
Thank you and welcome to our embassy. Greece and Romania have long-standing relations, and of course the long-standing bonds and affinities between Greeks and Romanians have fostered a strong economic presence by Greek businessmen and companies here in Romania. There are many sectors that have been very strong and of interest of investment by Greek companies here in Romania. It used to be banking a lot in the 90s, since the 90s, in the years of 2000. It's also industry, manufacturing, beverages, commerce, dairy, and pharmaceuticals, medical tools and technology. And now we have an additional new sector, energy, that has become very important with emblematic investments by many big companies. So a strong presence for decades now since the democratization of Romania. And I must highlight that Greek foreign direct investment has a turnover of more than 5 billion euros, placing Greece throughout the last decade among the top 10 foreign direct investor countries in Romania. And in 2024, I think we have reached the position of number 5. Regardless the high of the position, it is a testament to the resources of Romania, to the position of Romania, to the friendly people and the bridges that exist, and of course to the educated labor force of Romania that is a constant, that attracts constantly Greek businessmen to come here and contribute to Romanian GDP, to Romanian employment. Currently, we estimate more than 20,000 jobs having been created by Greek businessmen, and of course also to Romanian exports and the trade balance. So we are very happy that our two countries have such a positive basis for our bilateral relations.
Now, what are the main joint projects between Romania and Greece? Maybe the most important one.
We are both partners in the EU, our countries, and allies standing next to each other at NATO. There are many common goals and mutual interests we share. There are many areas where we are like-minded, and we cooperate to pursue the same objectives. Joint projects, I would highlight a goal, improving the connectivity between our countries. This is a major priority, I think, to the benefit of the entire region, including Moldova and Ukraine, but of course primarily for our countries. Now, interconnectivity includes infrastructure, and it includes energy as well. Infrastructure, there is a lot of projects to promote in coordination for improving the highways, the railway connectivity, connecting our ports, for example, northern Greece ports of Thessaloniki and Alexandroupolis with Varna and Constanza. It also includes the vertical corridor for energy. There has been a lot of progress in this respect for reversing the flow, and this will contribute to the security and the resilience and the economic growth once this entire project is actually fully put in place and implemented.
How do you see the role of the European Union taking shape in this new global context?
The EU is a very important actor. The EU has a combined 450 million population, 16 trillion euros GDP. It has a big weight, political and economic, and it can flaunt it better to the global community and in the global context. Greece is a great proponent of integration and better cohesion of the EU. We are like-minded with Romania in many of these respects. We are proponents of enlarging also the EU, including the Western Balkans. Of course, this is a process that is merit-based, and there are certain benchmarks that the candidate countries need to implement before they become members, full members. There is also Moldova and the Republic of Moldova and Ukraine that have become candidate countries. So we view our region, I think, through very analogous and compatible lenses with Romania. And the EU has also a lot more that it can do in improving its security through its strategic autonomy and its own means.
What are the main areas of cooperation between Greece and Romania within NATO? What expectations does Greece have from the NATO summit in June this year?
Well, Greece is a very old NATO member. Romania acceded in 2004. Greece is a very dependable ally. We provide, of course, forces and participate in many NATO missions and activities throughout all these decades. Greece is active right now and contributes forces also to the enhanced forward presence of NATO in the Black Sea, not in Romania, but in Bulgaria. We have consistently had over 2% of our gross domestic product that we have been spending for defense expenses. Currently, we're spending 3%. And it is the way forward. Greece is in a position where it can support the security and the resilience of the region and, of course, of Romania. We have joint projects for military mobility through Alexandroupolis, Bulgaria, Romania, that are very important. We have a large army, and we have been consistently contributing to the alliance.
And if you are talking about the NATO summit in June, what are your expectations?
We are waiting to see how the priorities for NATO are determined exactly through the negotiations in Brussels. But of course, I think security and stability in Europe and enhancing, and we're waiting to see the developments in Ukraine. The security of Europe depends also on what happens in Ukraine, and we're looking forward. We have supported the territorial integrity of Ukraine, and we have, alongside all our NATO allies and the EU, supported Ukraine in its efforts to counter the attacks by Russia. I think the summit will be crucial in this respect. We will see the situation is evolving, what will have happened with Ukraine, if we will have developments regarding a peace, but this peace to be a long-term peace that is to the interest of the security of the entire Europe and the entire world, will need some security guarantees. And of course, already the deterrence and defense of NATO, because the borders of NATO are Romania and the Baltic states. We have already adapted our deterrence there, and we'll see what new will be brought to the table in the coming months up until the summit.
Please explain the stakes of the energy projects in the agency. What do they bring to the European community?
Well, Greece is at the forefront, I think, of green energy transition, and there is a lot of development. We have highly improved our mix with renewable energy. There are international, very important international projects in the energy sector. There is the Great Sea Interconnector cable that will link Israel, Cyprus, and Greece. And the plans and the projects are underway, and we hope that they will come to a fruition. There are projects in renewable energy. There is also the new floating regasification terminal in Alexandroupolis that has been operational since last year, and it will facilitate bringing LNG from other countries and will increase and enhance the resilience and the energy security of the entire region, because I should remind that Greece contributed to the energy security and the energy and addressing the energy crisis in Moldova in the last 2 years, and all these projects are contributing to the energy resilience and security of Europe.
How can bridges of dialogue be built between the EU and the US in the new context?
The US and Europe are linked together throughout history. The EU is, as I told you, an important global partner, as are the member states of the EU. Many of them and most of them entertain bilateral, also long-standing relations with the US. Greece has a very strong, long-standing relation with the US, with facilitations, and we have a strategic partnership that we are confident through also the most recent contacts between the political leadership of our country, that they will remain strong and be furthered. The EU needs to, and Europe as a whole, needs to become more responsible for its security, and it is already moving that way. And there is a point that we cannot have a free meal ticket and a free ride on the US, but the US also support it has been crucial in EU and European security, and we're confident that the US will continue to be involved in this. We're looking forward through the EU has made significant steps now with the rearm proposal by and initiative by the Commission through the white paper that was very recently circulated by the European Commission. It contains proposals and positions that Greece has been a proponent of and has been pushing ahead for many years now. So we're looking forward to the EU stepping up, having more flexibility for its defense, budgetary flexibility to accommodate its defense expenditure. All these have been positions that Greece has been proposing for a number of years now.
What do you see as the formula for a fair relationship with the US now?
I think we need to be open and understand and have mutual understanding. It is important that our relationship is taken forward, and the EU has the possibility to, and the member states, to enhance their cohesion and take the proper decisions to, of course, ensure that European interests are taken forward and are not undermined. And at the same time, of course, Greece is a proponent of strong relations with the US.
Migration has become one of the European Union's challenges and an election campaign issue in Austria and Germany. How do you deal with migration?
Well, Greece has been making proposals and had positions that were overlooked for many years. And now we see that they are being recognized as positions for the entire EU to take slowly, but we're moving in the right direction. Migration is a key aspect of the security. We need to have the right balance between respecting the rights and the human rights of refugees, and recognizing and providing protection to those who have the right to be recognized as refugees, and controlling illegal migration. There is now a number of initiatives regarding and proposals for EU having a returns policy. Greece is a proponent for this. We have to make sure that we recognize jointly and common as EU safe countries from where the refugees came and that they need and can be returned to. The fence between the land border between Greece and Turkey is not going to, it's not a new thing. It has been built since 2020 when Turkey attempted to instrumentalize migration, and Greece took these bold steps and stood up. And we are happy now to see that our partners in the EU finally join the same view. We believe that the Frontex EU agency for border control is supported by all EU members in its protection and patrolling of the common borders. We're also very happy to see Romania and Bulgaria finally join Schengen. Greece was an ardent proponent and supported these efforts by Romania and Bulgaria throughout all these last years. We're happy to finally see it happen, and to protect Schengen we need to jointly, as EU, protect our external borders and take the necessary steps to ensure that the problem of those who are illegal immigrants is not just the problem of countries that have external borders with third countries, but of the entire EU.
How difficult is to deal with migration as a domestic problem?
I think all our countries face similar problems. We need to differentiate between refugees and people who need asylum from illegal migration. There are security aspects that of course need to be taken into account, and we cannot leave this burden just to the countries that have external borders, and like Greece, like Italy, like Spain are the ones that have the pressure from migrants to enter, but they all seek to reach other countries like Germany, like France, like the Netherlands. And these countries need to understand that it takes an effort, a joint effort, and a migrant policy that takes into account the interest of the entire Europe to be implemented. The Migration and Asylum Pact that was agreed last year is a step in the right direction. The new proposals for return policy, joint return policy, are going in the right direction. We need to work together as EU to implement these things.
What measures are needed at European level from Greece perspective?
As I told you, we need to have solidarity. We need to have a common policy that takes into account and finances and supports the agencies for border control and for returns.
Romanian firefighters have been helping to put out vegetation fires in Greece since 2021. How is the collaboration continuing in this area?
Well, we are very grateful for the support through a number of years now of Romanian firefighters for combating and countering and addressing the wildfires in Greece in the summer months. They have been very helpful, very professional. Their support and contribution has been recognized, and we are grateful that we have positive signals that they will continue to support us and return this year as well, and we hope in the next years. Their professionalism, their competence is recognized, their expertise is an example, and we are ready to reciprocate wherever we can and whenever need arises. We hope that no need arises, because of course natural crises are terrible and you cannot predict them, and whether we believe in climate change or not, we have natural catastrophes happening in Europe with floods and with wildfires. We are really appreciative of the support of Romania, and as I told you, we hope we never need to reciprocate, but we are there if need be.
Every summer, a significant number of Romanian tourists spend their summer vacation in Greece. What to expect this year different from previous years?
Well, we are looking forward to shorter delays at the border. Now, without border controls, we hope that the route will be much easier, Greece will be much easier to access. We are very happy that more than 1 million Romanian tourists return each year to Greece. Greece has a lot to offer. There are many places where Romanians love to return each year. There are many, many places they can still discover in Greece. I think our two people have so many affinities that we are confident that Romanians will keep returning. Greeks love them, and there is a lot to discover. I think Schengen is the key that will change this year, the fact that no border controls, there are no border controls, and probably less queues. We need to work on improving the infrastructure, and for this we need joint efforts as our three countries, Greece, Romania and Bulgaria, to ensure the financing from the big international banks, from the EU, and work together and have these projects, rail connectivity, road connectivity, be implemented sooner than later.
What's the Greek strategy for tourism this year? There are special facilities for Romanians or something?
I think there is a lot on offer. There are, of course, not just for Romanians, but for the millions of tourists that travel to Greece. I think we take lessons from what happened in previous years. I must also reassure Romanians that there are no more earthquakes in Santorini, and the volcano activity seems to have also ceased. So Santorini will be a very safe destination. Again, there are so many, there are more than 1,000 islands to discover. And I will not name specific islands because I will the Greeks from other islands will complain, but there are so many places in continental Greece, in western Greece, the Ionian Islands, in the Cyclades. It's not just Mykonos and Santorini, which are fantastic, but many, many other islands. There are destinations in Evia, in Crete, in the Dodecanese, Rhodes, Kos, smaller islands. In northern Greece, of course, you know, Thassos, but there's also Limnos and Santorini and, Samothraki, places to discover that don't have so many tourists and are very welcome with excellent food and fantastic beaches. And we know that Romanians appreciate this. I should also highlight that through Schengen, there is an increasing flow of Greek tourists to Romania, and we're looking forward to having these flows increase. Romania is also a beautiful country to discover. You have also beautiful mountains, churches, monasteries, cities, and it is increasingly becoming now, because of Schengen, a destination for Greeks to come and spend 3-4 days a week discovering your beautiful country.
It's my final question. With no Schengen control in this summer, there will be any measures at the Bulgaria and the Greece border? Something specific?
In order to combat organized crime or illegal trafficking, they can take some specific short-term measures. There's nothing at this point at the border between Greece and Bulgaria, for example. On the Greek side, there are no extra border controls. We don't anticipate anything in the immediate future, and we are looking forward to welcome everybody. And I must stress that through these efforts of Romania to join Schengen, or its current effort as well to accede and become a member of OECD, which will attract further foreign investments, including Greek investments to Romania. Greece stands by Romania and is very supportive, and we take initiatives to support Romania in this direction.
Your Excellency, Madam Ambassador, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, it was my pleasure.